Hello, we are from Group 90 and today we'll be presenting about our group assignment. So we have four members. I am Nur Zafira and then we have Kuzinru, Riyashini and Saidatul Huda. Introduction. Retailers faces unauthorized access, inconsistent procedures for incident response which they will need a structured security management solution which which we will be discussing about two leading frameworks, ISO 27001 and NIST CSF, which they share a same goal, which is to protect confidentiality, integrity, and availability, but with a different approaches and important to compare.
Hi, my name is Ko Sing Lu, and I'm going to talk about the difference between a security model and a security blueprint. First, let's talk about what a security model actually is. According to Handy, a security model is like a high level map. It tells the big area you need to think about, like risk assessment or access control, or how to handle a security incident. But the thing is, a security model is generic. It can be used by any company. It's actually helpful because it gives the good starting point, but also a problem because generic model doesn't know the specific situation. So a model is really just a starting point, not a finished plan. Now, what about security blueprint? Whitman and Method explain that a blueprint is a detailed, practical plan that tells you what exactly you need to do. I'll give an example is a security model might just say implement access control, but a security blueprint would say only store manager can access the customer payment database. So the difference is the model tells you what to do in general. The blueprint tells you who, how, and when the real details that make security actually works. So, why model must become a blueprint? Because a model alone is not enough. It absolutely have to translate the model into a practical blueprint to fit your organization. That translation is what turns theory into real protection. So a quick sum up is a security model is what a high level generic guide. A security blueprint is the detailed plan with specific steps, roles, and timelines. We need the both, but the model only becomes useful when you build a real blueprint for it. Thank you.
So in this slide, I will be talking about these two frameworks. So ISO is an internationally recognized and certifiable standard. It helps organizations build a formal information security management system or ISMS and uses the plan do check act cycle to ensure continuous improvement. Its main advantage is credibility. Certification shows customers and partners that the company takes security seriously and follows structured process. On the other hand, the NIST cybersecurity framework is voluntary, flexible, and very user-friendly. It's organized into five core functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. When we compare them, both frameworks share the same goal of protecting confidentiality, integrity, and availability. But ISO focuses more on governance, documentation, and compliance, while NIST CSF emphasizes flexibility and technical resilience. For a medium-sized retailer, the best approach is not to choose one over the other, but to combine them using ISO for structure and credibility and NIST CSF for adaptability and defense in depth. This table shows a direct comparison between ISO and the NIST. Starting with certification, ISO is certified through independent audits, which makes it valuable for organizations that wants to prove credibility and compliance to stakeholders. NIST, on the other hand, is not certifiable. It's more of a voluntary guideline that companies can adopt flexibly. In terms of structure, ISO is built around an information security management system and the plan, do, check, act cycle, which ensures continuous improvement. NIST CSF is organized into five core functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover, making it easier to visualize and manage cybersecurity activities. Documentation is another key difference. ISO require heavy mandatory documentation, which can be resource intensive but also provides accountability. NIST CSF is lighter, more guideline based, and allows organizations to adapt documentation to their needs. Looking at suitability, ISO is often chosen by commercial enterprises that need structure, compliance, and certification. NIC tends to fit better with tech-heavy organizations that value flexibility and technical depth. Finally, the strength is ISO offers credibility and strong governance, while NIST provides adaptability and practical resilience. Together, they complement each other, and ISO gives structure and trust, while NIST adds flexibility and technical focus.
My name is Ria, and now I will evaluate the strengths and limitations of ISO IEC 27001 and the NIST cybersecurity framework for a medium-sized electronics retailer. So for the ISO IEC 27001, one of its main strengths is its structured information security management system. This helps the organization manage information security in a systematic and organized manner. Another strength is the strong governance and accountability. The ISO IEC 27001 clearly defines roles and responsibilities, helping the organization maintain consistent security procedures across departments. The third strength is its risk-based approach. Instead of applying security controls randomly, organizations select controls based on identified risks and prioritize resources effectively. Lastly, it improves customers' trust enough through certification because it demonstrates compliance with internationally recognized security standards. For an electronics retailer, this is important because customers expect their personal and payment information to be protected. However, the ISO IEC 27001 also has several limitations. The first limitation is implementation can be costly, especially for the medium-sized organization with limited budgets. Then it can also be time-consuming because regular audits, risk assessments, and compliance activities are required. Third, it involves extensive documentation, which may increase administrative workload. Finally, it requires significant resources, including staff, training, and continuous management commitment. Moving on to the NIST cybersecurity framework, one of its main strengths is that it is flexible and practical. Organizations can adopt and implement it according to their specific needs and available resources. Another strength is that it can be adopted gradually, making it suitable for medium-sized organizations that may not have large cybersecurity budgets. In addition, NIST CSF has a strong focus on protect, detect, response, and recover. These functions directly help address the retailer's issues, such as unauthorized access and poor incident response. As a result, security incidents can be detected and handled more effectively. Another advantage is that it does not require formal certification, reducing implementation costs and administrative burden. However, the NIST CSF also has limitation. It provides less detailed implementation guidance compared to the ISO IEC 27001. Organizations are responsible for interpreting the framework and deciding how controls should be implemented. There is also no formal certification, which may reduce external recognition. Lastly, some customers, partners, and stakeholders may view it as less credible compared to an ISO IEC 27001 certified organization. So, in summary, ISO IEC 27001 is best for organizations that require strong governance, compliance, and accountability. On the other hand, NIST CSF is best for organizations that need flexibility, stronger incident response capabilities, and gradual implementation. So, therefore, neither framework is perfect on its own. For a medium-sized electronics retailer, the most effective solution depends on the organization's business goals, available resources, and how the selected framework is adapted to its operational environment.
Hello and good day, sir. I am Huda. So for my part, I will propose a customized security blueprint for electronic retailer using ISO/IEC 27001 Information Security Management System or ISMS as the guiding model. So I selected this because it is an internationally recognized framework that provides a structured and risk-based approach to information security management. Then an electronic retailer depends heavily on systems such as POS system, inventory management database, and customer information system. So these systems process sensitive customer and financial data and are exposed to cybersecurity risks such as unauthorized access, data breaches, and operational disruptions. So this ISO/IEC 27001 provides a suitable foundation because it integrates security into business operations and support continuous improvement through the plan, do, check, act cycle. So next is the component of the proposed security blueprint, which is the governance. Under this model, the board of directors provides strategic oversight, while an information security management committee coordinates security activities across the organization. Several departments, including IT, store management, human resources, and risk and compliance, work together to implement security controls under a unified ISMS framework. This governance structure is important because electronic retailers often operate multiple branches. So, without clear responsibilities and coordination, security practices may become inconsistent across locations. So, by establishing clear accountability, the organization can ensure that security policies are applied consistently and aligned with business objectives. As for the second component, it focuses on the risk management. So following the ISO/IEC 27001 risk-based approach, I identified several key risks faced by electronic retailers, including unauthorized access, data leakage, delayed incident response, human error, and inconsistent security practices between branches. So to mitigate these risks, specific controls are proposed. For unauthorized access, multi-factor authentication and role-based access control are implemented. So to protect sensitive customer and financial information, AES 256 encryption is used. An incident response plan is established to improve response times during security incidents. And then security awareness training is introduced to reduce human errors while standardized security policies ensure consistency across all retail branches. So these controls helps protect the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of organizational information. Move on to the third component of the security blueprint is incident management and technical security. The proposed incident response process follows 5 stages, which is identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and lesson learned. A dedicated incident response team consisting of IT staff, security managers, HR personnel, store managers, and senior management ensure effective coordination during security incident. Then the final component focus on people, monitoring, and continuous improvement because employees are often targeted through phishing and social engineering attacks. Mandatory onboarding training, biannual refresher training, and phishing simulation exercise are proposed. To measure the effectiveness of the ISMS, Several key performance indicators are established. These include achieving at least 90% incident response within 24 hours, 100% training completion, at least 95% patch compliance, and complete access review compliance. In conclusion, this customized security blueprint use ISO/IEC 27001 as the guiding model to provide a comprehensive and structured security framework for the electronic retailer. The blueprint strengthens confidentiality through access controls and encryption, integrity through monitoring and standardized procedures, and availability through backup and incident response mechanism. Most importantly, it enables the organization to proactively manage cybersecurity risks and continuously improve its security posture.
To wrap up our analysis, it's clear that the standardized frameworks like ISO and the NIST framework provide strong foundations for InfoSec. However, models alone are not enough. They need to be customized into a practical blueprint that fits the retailer real environment. ISO brings structure, governance, accountability, and credibility through certification, which is important for building trust with customers and partners. NIST, on the other hand, adds flexibility and technical resilience, making it easier to adapt control to the organization resources and needs. The best approach is not to rely on one framework exclusively, but to combine their strengths. ISO ensures stability and compliance, while NIST provides adaptability and defense in depth. Finally, security management is not a one time effort. It requires continuous improvement, monitoring, and adaptation to evolving threats. So, our recommendation is clear: use ISO as the guiding model, integrate practical elements from NIST, and translate them into a customized blueprint that truly protects the retailer operation. Thank you.